Hi guys! So I get questions a lot about what materials and what tools I use when creating in polymer clay. So in this video I'm going to go through all of the stuff that I use all the time and that I get asked a lot about in the comments. I split this video into two sections, with the first part being about the clay, the tools, painting and glaze. And the second one is going to be about even more tools and also some helpful tips for baking. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and to hit the notification bell so you won't miss the second part of this series, which is going to come out very soon. So, first of all, what clay do I use? If you watch my videos, you probably already know this, but the answer is Fimo. I like it because it is simple to use, it comes in many colors, and you can create really small details with it. And if I were to choose only a few colors, I'd go for white, yellow, red, green, blue, brown and black. Because if you have those colors, you can mix them together and create almost any shade that you need. But you can of course save a lot of time if you get more shades, and it's also fun to try out some effect colors like glow in the dark or glitter. And the second type of clay that I use sometimes is Sculpey. It is a lot softer, which can be great when you want to mix something quickly or when making bigger things in clay. And lastly, the third type of clay that I use is liquid clay. The one that I use is the translucent liquid clay by Fimo, and it's great to use when you want to create something similar to a realistic sauce or icing. And the way that I use it is that I mix it either with regular clay for a thicker look or with dry pastels for a more translucent effect. But let's move over to the tools that I use the most. And one of them is a knife. I like to use X-acto knife because they are really easy to use, they are thin, and you can create small details. But if I want to create something bigger, I like to use this type of knife instead, as it has a much longer blade. And the second tool that I use all the time, pretty much in all of my videos, are these dotting tools. You can find them really cheap on places like eBay, and they are perfect for making indents, textures, or putting small details into place. And when it comes to even smaller details, like painting on tiny parts, needles can actually be a great tool. By dipping the thicker end into paint, you can create really small details. And I also have some tools that are made for clay sculpting, but I actually don't use them a lot. But it can be good to have stuff like that laying around when you need them. And the third part of this video is about painting. I use Swedish craft paint, but I don't want you to think that you need to get the exact same one that I'm using. This is just a regular liquid craft paint, and you can probably find something similar in a craft store where you live. But what I really like about this one is that it has a matte finish, and this is great because you can see when it has dried. And I actually don't use a lot of different colors. Most of the time I just mix them together to get the right shade. And to do this, I just put a tape on a piece of paper to avoid the paint spilling through, and then I just use a dotting tool or a knife to mix it. And if I want to save some for later, I just put some tape over it to stop it from drying. And when mixing bigger amounts of colors, I usually use these small plastic containers instead. And the brushes I use for painting are mainly these two. One is a bigger soft makeup brush, and the other one is a little nail art brush for smaller details. You can find kits with small nail art brushes on eBay, and sometimes they even come with tiny dotting tools like this one, which can also be a great tool. And the last section of this video is going to be all about glazing. I mainly use two types of glaze, and the first one is a Fimo Gloss varnish, which is a very thin liquid glaze that gives a thin and somewhat shiny texture. And this is great for when you have small details that would be lost in a thick coat of glaze, but if you want to, you can also add a few extra layers to get a more shiny finish. But another glaze that I've been loving lately is this hard UV resin. This glaze hardens in UV light, so you can use sunlight or a UV lamp, and it gives this protective and shiny, really thick coat that can look really good. And the one that I use is from Sophie and Sophie, and so far I've been really happy with the results that it gives. And another thing that can be great when glazing is to make these small hooks. You can make them yourself using a metallic wire, and you can use them to hang your charms while drying them. And that was actually all of the materials for this part of the series. And in the next one, I'm going to share with you some more tools and supplies that I use a lot that can be great for your polymer clay projects. And if you have any ideas for videos that you would like me to make in the future, as always, you can let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!